These are gatefold cards. We're going to show you how you can do them both if you have stamps or other craft tools at home, or if you don't, and how you can do it without any fancy dancy supplies. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is pick an image. Either your stamped image or one off the internet. Early, I'll get you to hold that. So Airly picked mermaids because she likes mermaids. So this is my stamp of a mermaid, and then if you don't have a stamp, what we did is we went to the internet, we found a picture that is copyright free, and we downloaded it and we printed it at 1/4 of the size of the page. So it just comes into this small corner here, which gives us about the right size for our gatefold card. Okay? Then Airly did a great job for us of coloring the images. So she used pencil crayons to color the images like this, right? Mm-hmm. But if you don't have pencil crayons, you can also use markers or crayons, or if you really wanted to get fancy, paint. So we're gonna, once you have chosen your image, printed it or stamped it, and then colored it, you're going to put it to the side. The next thing you need to do is have an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock or construction paper, whatever color you want. Okay, now you need half of this. You need to cut it at 5 1/2 inches along the long side. Now you can either use a paper trimmer such as this, which has a bar that comes out. Now I have marked it here so I know exactly where 5 1/2 is, and cut it. If you don't have one of these, all you need is a ruler and a pencil. So what you're going to do is you're going to follow the long side of your paper. You're going to simply put a mark at 5 1/2 here with your pencil. Don't need to do it very dark. 5 1/2, 5 1/2. Connect your lines or your dots to make a line. Sometimes this is better. You have younger eyes, right, Airly? Mm-hmm. Make sure you make your dots big enough that you can see. Draw your line, and then what you're going to do is you cut along that line with your scissors. That will give you a piece of paper this size. Okay, this is going to be your card side base. So Airly, I'll get you to hold this for a second. To make a gatefold card, which opens halfway in the middle of your card instead of opening like a book, you're going to need to score your card base at 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. Now score just means basically to put a little indent in the paper so it's easier to fold. Again, if you have a paper trimmer with a scoring blade, perfect. But if you don't, all you need again is your ruler, and you're going to make your mark with your pencil again at 2 1/8 on either side of your paper, or at 2 1/8 and 6 3/8, whatever works best for your brain. Then you draw your line, connect your dots, and this is to score. You're going to simply take your little bread tie, put it right up against your ruler, and you're going to gently push down, not too hard, and pull along the line. This is just to make it so that it'll be much easier to fold your piece of paper. Okay, so you do that. You'll see on the back, which you can't see probably in the video, a little indentation. And then when you go to fold it, you'll have a nice crisp fold like this. Sometimes I just take my thumb and just run it down the edge just to make it a little crisper. Sound good? Mm-hmm. All right, so now you have your card base ready. So you can put that down early. Next thing we did was both on the images we decided how do we want to put our mermaid on. So on this one, which is the one that Airly picked off the internet, we did what we call fussy cut, which just means that we gently cut along the image all the way around without using big cuts. You're just using small little snips so you can get quite close to the image. On this one, we simply cut out into a square so that it was in a frame shape. Okay? So these will be your image that goes on the front here. Now, the next step is how do you place it so that it lays properly, so that when you open it, it covers both sides of the paper of your gatefold card. Well, you pick the side that would open when the person is looking at the card on their left. So as I look at it, the left side, that's the one I want. So I'm going to take this image and I'm going to figure out where is my halfway mark. So on this one, which is the one with the framed mermaid, I'm going to measure, and that says 4 inches, so I'm going to make a line at 2. A mark at 2, and a mark at 2. Then I'm going to draw a line straight down the middle, and that is just so I know basically where to put my glue. Now, Airly, can you show them what kind of glue we can use?
You could use this
glue, which is called a
glue runner,
right? Or
a glue stick.
Right. So either one of those. If you only have white glue, like school glue, you can use that as well. Just remember, less is more. Okay. So because we've drawn our line, pick whichever glue you want. If you want to use your glue runner, this is basically like correction tape. It just has, as you pull it down, it applies sticky glue to both sides. It becomes a two-way glue, and the glue stick is just very simple. So you're going to grab this and put it down, light coating. Remember, less is?
Okay.
Less is more. It's good that way. Then you're going to make sure that you're looking at it the correct way. So as it's facing you, you're going to line up your glue and you're going to put it in the center. You're going to push it down and then make sure that you still can have the other side open, right? So you could stop with your card right there, because right now you have an image color. Get you to hold that early on your card. On the inside of this one, though, we chose to put a piece of white paper and stamp, "Hey, you're amazing." But on this one, we left it blank because you could choose to write your own verse. Like, for example, you could say, what would you put in your card?
You could say happy birthday, you could say happy Valentine's Day, depends on the occasion.
That's right. You can pick whatever you want. And if you really don't like your handwriting and you don't have stamps, you could always print something off the internet and cut it to size. Now, on Airly's card here, just to bling it up a little bit, we used some of these rhinestones, which I can't remember if we bought them at Walmart or Staples, but they have stickies on the back just to give it a little more bling. And on this one, I use sequins, the kind that you sew on your clothes, and then I used a tiny bit of glitter glue, which may be hard for you to see. I'll try and get a better picture at the end, just to give it some highlights. Now this glitter glue is called Stickles, and it's very similar to the kind of glitter glue that you play with in school, or you might have laying around your house. The difference being that Stickles has a very small end, so when you apply the glue, you don't get big clumps. Because the glitter glue that we like to use for other crafts may have a bigger end, it's always good to use a toothpick just to apply the glitter where you want it to. And then you let it dry, and that's it. Now you have a gatefold card. And we have 2 beautiful mermaid cards that you can give to someone. So thanks very much for watching our little video. And that's all from Kirsten Ed.